you just don't have the same space to work, but nobody cares because you're looking at this side. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Make Stuff Better. I'm going over gluing tires. Sometimes you buy a tire or a tire wheel combo, everything's done, but it's not glued yet. It just comes right off. You might have foam on the inside, you might not. But this is my technique for gluing tires. I start with the front side. A lot of people will probably want to do the back side first to like practice or whatever. No, do the front side because it's easier to not make a mess. And if you make the back side messy, nobody cares. You're not going to see that anyway. What I do is I pull it off of the rim on both sides. So front side that far, on the back side this far. And it just gives me plenty of space to work. And this is the reason it's a lot easier to be clean on the front side. I'm using Gorilla Super Glue. I'm sure there are much better glues out there for that. This is what I have on hand, so that's what I'm using. We just want to get it right down in the groove here. I don't worry about going up the sides with it. I only put it right in the center of the groove. I've got it all the way around. Now I'm just going to take the tire, hold it with my middle finger on the back side and my thumb on the front side so that I can take this, lift it up, and just drop it down in that groove. And it usually keeps all the glue from spilling out into the sidewall here where you can see it. Once you get that done, you want to fit the back into the groove because that's where it's going to sit permanently. So that's how we want the glue to dry when you've done the front side. Go and hit the back side into the groove and you're good. Let it dry. And then I move on to the next one. So the front side is dry. I'm now going to get into the back side. And what I'm going to do is just pull it away from the edge a little bit. I do that so you can see it here. But I'm not going to be able to pull that front side out of its groove because it's already glued. So we're just going to pull it down like that, and then I like to take my hand and wrap it around this way, so I'm squishing it down, and then I'm pulling it a little bit further down like that. And we just take our glue and go in here, and this is where we sometimes make a mess because the sidewall is so close to the rim. We don't have the space to work like on the front side. And then I'll take a toothpick if I need to and kind of smooth it out. So yeah, toothpick is going around, just kind of making it even. Otherwise you can end up with a clump in one spot and nothing in the other spot, and then you're dead in the water. And then I'll just gradually go around and work this back on just like I did the front side. Difference is when I get done, I don't have to put this side back in the groove because it's already there. And you can see I did get some glue right there because you just don't have the same space to work, but nobody cares because you're looking at this side. Now I've got another type of wheel here. This is for a 7th, 8th scale vehicle. It's got a 17 millimeter hex in the back. But what happens is, this is actually the one that's not glued. I've already got glue in the other one. If I pull this off the rim, pull out the bead, I guess, you can see the groove is sideways. It's not longitudinal, axial. It doesn't go this way, it goes that way. So in some respects it makes it easier, but in some respects it makes it harder. So I'm not as likely to get glue on the sidewall, but it is harder to get the glue into the groove. So this is definitely where I would use the toothpick to work it in there, unless my glue nozzle is small enough that it will actually get in there, because I want to get it glued on the very back side inside that groove. I can also just leave this laying down and go around the edge like this to work it in, making sure I'm getting enough in there. And this will take more glue than the little wheel because, well, it's got a bigger circumference first of all, but also the groove is a lot deeper. And I don't want to be just gluing on the back side. I want it to hit the sides of that on the way down as well. There we go. And then I'll just take my toothpick, run it around. And then we're going to work this back onto the rim. Same thing, hold the center of the wheel with your fingers so you can work it back on without getting glue all over your hands. There we go. And you do need to work relatively quickly because the glue will set up pretty quick. And then once it does that, you'll have part of it glued and the other part of it not, and that's no fun. Done. And the side's partially in, so we'll just get that all the way in. That way it sets up exactly where it needs to. And because this wheel, you're going in sideways, the back side is going to glue exactly like the front side. So I'm going to peel that open so I can get the glue in there without putting it all over the sidewall. So that's a really quick, down and dirty way to glue some tires. Just basically making sure you get all the glue in there, and starting on the front side is going to give you the best results. Thanks for watching. Later.